So the word is you're back in Las Vegas training with Tyson Fury.
Yeah, just being around and seeing how, seeing how he trains, seeing the work that he puts into training, how hard he trains, mental toughness. I think just being around that, I'm feeding off it. You know what I mean? And it's great to have Andy Lee here at the camp as well. So I'm feeding on both of them because they're both. Andy Lee was a world champion. You got Tyson champion at the moment and preparing for a big fight. So just being around this environment, of everyone wanting to be better each day. It's a great camp to be in.
And how's the changeover been between the two camps?
Yeah, it's I'll tell you the biggest change in changing camps was that camp really drained me mentally. I only had 5 weeks or 6 weeks with Andy before the fight, but the whole setup was different from the last camp to this camp. And then just the intensity of what we do in the boxing session. It's like before I used to do shadow boxing as a warm-up, 3 rounds of warming up and then skipping, bag work, pad work. But the shadow boxing that I do in this new camp, it's like I do 4 rounds and I'm already exhausted because my mind is just so, I don't know, just focused on trying to get everything right, stepping right. We practiced the whole camp doing this, and then the first punch just sort of through, my shoulder was down here. So you know what I mean? So there's a lot of things that I still have to work on, but just seeing that 5 or 6 weeks that we had together and seeing the improvements and changes, positive changes, I feel like more time with Andy and more time with Tyson and more time with the new team will be very beneficial. And I'm excited. I'm very excited. I'm in a great place. I'm very happy with, I'm happy with life. I'm happy with camp, and I'm happy with all the training that I'm doing.
So it must be a bit of a shock to the system with the big change from a settled camp where everything's set with Kevin Barry to moving with Andy Lee and doing camps all over the world.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with the old camp. There's nothing wrong with what we're doing, but just the whole new setup and new environment, I feel like, I was so happy. I don't know. I was just so happy to be, it feels like it's at the beginning of my career again, because it's like, where am I going to stay? What gym am I going to use? What am I going to eat? You know what I mean? Or like in Vegas, I have a setup, massage therapist, neuromuscular specialist, nutritionist, everything's set up. And I was so used to that for 8 years. Then moving to Ireland, moving to the UK, fighting Manchester, going to London, going back to Ireland, Mexico, now Vegas. It's like, see, everything's just an adventure and there's a journey and it's exciting.
Well, that sounds awesome. Hopefully camp goes well for you. You learn a lot with Tyson and Andy, of course, and hopefully we'll hear a fight announcement for you in the near future.
Subscribe to Kiwi Box. That's the one. Yeah. Good luck, brother.